He's one of my favorite people on planet Earth. 17 seasons as a player, and yes, it's the 10th anniversary of his enshrinement.
Wow, it is.
Rod Woodson, 10 years ago.
10 years ago, I got inducted. You guys almost made me cry when I came back to the set, and you guys had my whole family set up in my house, and that was awesome. But it's only here that I get to wear the Go jacket, because when I'm at home, my wife says, you can wear the Go jacket, don't wear the Go jacket, wear the ring, don't wear the ring, clean the toilet. Take out the trash. I don't care what you do.
If I had a gold jacket, I would walk around town with it, just like how you doing? Yeah, that's it. I'm going out to eat. I'm taking the jacket. I'm going to get gas.
Everywhere you're at.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's what I would do. But that's the difference between me and you, I guess, Rod. But that was a special night for me because Berman introduced Ralph Wilson, whose name is on the building that we're sitting in right now, the wing. Right. And that meant I did the whole enchilada, and the fact that I was able to be the host and you were the guy going in, that was amazing.
It was nice.
a very special thing for me to stand back there like I watched you deliver to the whole amazingly large group of people that came to see you. It was really special.
Yeah, I mean, we go way back like mosquito nuts, Rich.
We do.
We're close.
What does that mean?
We're close.
Oh, is that what that means?
Oh, yeah, you're close. There's no gap in between the mosquito nuts.
I've never heard that one before. I've never heard that. Is that an Indiana phrase? Is that a phrase from Indiana?
I don't know where I got that one from.
I don't know. Maybe you picked that up.
There's a lot of mosquitoes in Indiana, so maybe so.
Okay. Good to see you. Let's I guess get into a little bit of the news of the day. You just heard we had a conversation about Zeke Elliott sitting there in Cabo. You heard what our buddy and your fellow Hall of Famer who's in that room right across the way, Marshall Falk, had to say. And that's a window into what Zeke's talking about. I mean, Marshall and Rocky Arsenault are like, what is that?
Mosquito nuts.
Okay, that's
mosquito
what they
nuts.
are.
Yeah.
And he's saying, why do we need a market reset in the running back market? They want to reset the market. What are your 2 cents on what's going on with Zeke and the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, the new thing in the National Football League for some reason is that we can always do running back by committee. Everybody's always saying that, you hear it all the time, but when you get game-changing players at a position, you don't need running back by committee. You need somebody to take a breather away from him. I mean, Zeke is one of those guys. Le'Veon Bell is one of those guys. Gurley's one of those guys. Camaro's one of those guys. You don't find those players too often. And when you do find them, you can't say it's going to be running back by committee, because when you look at the success that they've had the last couple of years, or the success they didn't have, it was about Zeke. Zeke was running the show, and I know Dak was getting he gets a lot of love, and he did play well for him. But that offense ran through him, where today the game is ran through the quarterback normally. And that's what, Marshall's saying. There's a lot of quarterbacks, which he is absolutely 100% correct, making a lot of money who do not deserve it. And they say it's because of the market, whatever that is. I don't know. That
sounds just like you, Brockman.
I love having the same opinion as Hall of Famers.
No, but what my approach is that I understand that certain players who have not won playoff games, or certain players who have only won a small amount of playoff games, are about to hit it towards the tune of $30 million a year. That is the market, and it's funny how for quarterbacks you got to pay them because that's what the market is, but running backs are a different story. And the way I'm looking at it, too, here, you tell me if you think I'm onto something, is the Cowboys have built their team to have somebody like Zeke be the center of that universe. Right. So at some point, the way that you're building the team and how special he is on the field, you're going to have to pay him what the market bears in terms of breaking the market.
Right.
So the reason why they're not is what? Do you think that they're thinking like whatever's gone on off the field causing them to try and have a hitch in their giddy up here, and they won't say that publicly because it calls him out?
Well, I think there's twofold. First, he still has 2 years on this deal. I think it's somewhere between $12.5 to $13 million. So he's still making $6 million a year from his rookie contract. Mm-hmm. If I'm a GM, if I'm running the organization, if a player comes to me with 2 years left on his contract saying, I'll play my contract, I'm like, no, you didn't. You still got 2 years in your contract. Now, if you come in and we can work out a good faith compensation package for you, that's different. I'm not a fan of players under contract not coming into camp and asking for more money. I know it's, everybody's going to say it's a short career. You got to get it when you can. I get it. But there's still some professionalism has to be brought into the table from the player's perspective. It can't be all about the team.
Yes.
The team can't be the one doing all the giving, and the player has nothing that he gives back. So I think giving back by is coming in, saying that, hey, listen, I'm underpaid. You guys know I'm underpaid, but let's work on why I'm here. Why not do that instead of sitting out? I mean, Le'Veon Bell, he thought he was going to get more money than he got. He left $14.5 million on the table. You'll never get that back. So whoever advised him to do it, even though he left Pittsburgh, went to the Jets, which I think you're kind of happy or sad about that.
No, I'm appreciative of it, and I'm as a Jet observer, happy that Ryan Khalil signed there. I think that was significant yesterday. That was very, very significant with a young quarterback and a running back who's got this body surfing style of running, who needs to pick and choose where he's going to have the time to do that.
Right.
I liked that.
See, now the difference between Le'Veon and Zeke is that Le'Veon wasn't under contract. They offered him his franchise package. He said he didn't want to sign it. He wanted a long-term deal.
Right.
They didn't give him the right package. He didn't want it. That's different. Zeke is still under contract. Get the money? Yes. I held out twice when I was with the Steelers. Mm-hmm. I understand that, but I wasn't under contract.
First time is when you were a rookie, right?
I was a rookie, my rookie year. I held out all the way until October 28th, my rookie season. And then the following.
You didn't show up till like week 8 your rookie season or something like that?
Yeah, I only played like 10 games.
What the hell did Chuck Noll say to you when you finally came in?
Hey, Rod, how you doing? Get out there.
Are you sure?
I wasn't a starter. I played safety more my rookie year than I did corner. So they put me at safety as that was my natural position anyway.
Because I know you ran track in Berlin, right?
I was in Berlin. I was in Nice. I was in Paris. I was in Barcelona.
Well, when the Steelers were expecting you.
When the Steelers were expecting me to sign. So I was running track at the European circuit, which was awesome.
But what did the old man Rooney say? What did he say?
He really didn't say anything.
Nothing,
he was kind of removed.
Okay.
But I mean, the one thing that did is that, I came in but I set an example to them that if I said I was going to do something, I was going to do it. But I wasn't under contract. If I was going to be under contract, I would have came in. I would have came in and said, listen, I'm underpaid. Let's talk about this compensation package in good faith why I'm here.
Rod Woodson here on the Rich Eisen Show. To just wrap this up, as you know, when we went to break, I said, no matter what's going on with Dallas and Zeke, that if healthy, if he's a healthy human being on the planet, he will be the Week 1 starter for the Dallas Cowboys. And I would eat the hat on Mike Del Tufo's head. Do you think, as we are sitting here, one preseason game into August, I should get a fork, knife, and or ketchup, salt, pepper ready? What do you think?
I would think not. I think you're good on that bet.
Okay.
I mean, you think about it. They don't really have a starting running back. Rod Smith is gone.
They don't know then, but that's why he's sitting in Cabo, because he knows he's got leverage.
Absolutely.
Because that next step on the depth chart is a Lulu.
It is. But I would love to see him come in and do it with good faith. I believe in professionalism. I know he's not going to do it. I know these kids are different coming in the league today. I wish he would. He's not going to do it anyway. But if they hold a hard stance,
yes.
I mean, if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'm holding a hard stance. I said I am not talking to anybody who's under contract who's not going to be in our camp.
Rod Woodson here on the Rich Eisen Show. Tomlin got a 1-year extension now. Why do so many Steeler fans have Tomlin fatigue, Rod?
Well,
tell me about this here.
Look, Mike is he's never had a losing season as a head coach.
That's a fact.
I think the one thing, they've seen the dysfunction a little bit in the locker room from the lack of leadership that's come from in there. And until the players take ownership of who they are in the locker room, then the team never becomes the team it should be. But sometimes the head coach has to be that guy to put the thumb down on individuals. And I think, the downfall of the team, well, I can't say the downfall, but the downfall of some of their seasons has been some of those negative things that happen. As soon as like AB did the Instagram video in the locker room, live streaming.
Yes.
He should have been suspended the next week. I would have suspended him next week. Like, you're not going to do that. and you're not going to play. I don't care how good you are. The team comes before your little selfish little act that you have. He hasn't done that, and I think that is like wearing people out in the area. I haven't talked about anybody about it in the Pittsburgh area. I would think that can be some of the main causes.
Okay, now I don't know if a rookie can do the leadership role, but they did draft the Michigan man right there in the middle of that defense. It's exactly who they've been missing is Devin Bush. I mean, what do you think of this kid?
I like him. He's not a real big guy, but you don't need the Ray Lewises, the Brian Urlachers in the middle anymore. You don't need them to be that big Mike backer anymore because everybody's played in space. So having a guy like that who can run, move, cover the smaller individual backs coming out of the backfield in the middle of the field and feeling comfortable with him being there.
Right.
That's the key.
They moved up 10 spots to get him. They never do that. I mean,
they never
do that.
Move up in the draft to get people. But I think they've seen the value of what they need from the Mike position because, Ryan Shazier was that guy.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he had the injury. And since he's been gone, they really haven't had that playmaker, that leader.
Sideline to sideline.
And so hopefully he can. I don't know if he's going to be the leader vocally.
Right.
But if he's a leader by actions on the field, that's what they need on game day because offensively I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to have a good running game. I think Juju's going to be okay. McDonald's there. You still got Ben. It's the defense never having a guy who can make plays in the big games since Troy left. They need to find a guy like that.
Well, Rod, I mean, Ben, you say they got Ben. No more radio show, I don't think. I think he shuttered his radio show.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. We'll check that. and he invited receivers to Georgia to work out.
That's a good idea.
That's another one. Check that. Do we have a different Ben Roethlisberger, do you think?
We'll find out. Everybody says they are they can show different things, but when you get into the heat of the moment in games, and then after the game, say it's a critical loss, what does he do? Does he throw his boys under the bus, or does he throw himself under the bus? I mean, he's in the past.
The answer is both. The answer is both.
Well,
it's like Juju was supposed to run a post, and he kind of cut it off a little bit, and we were off on the same page. And I got to do a better job. Like that's the Ben we've heard in the past. It's like a little bit of bus throwing, and then but I've got to do better.
Right.
That's the one we've heard.
I think the great players to me always take ownership 100% of what happened.
Right.
Wrong, right, or it doesn't really, especially when it's wrong.
Yes.
You take ownership, and that's when you guys have your back. Like, he didn't throw me under the bus. That's good. I'm glad he didn't throw me under the bus. You know what? I'm going to run the right route next time. And I think when you do that, you find the leaders that you need in your locker room.
Rod Woodson, a few more minutes left with you. Speaking of a locker room, the one across the hallway is the greatest. What is it like to be in that room across the?
It's fun. It's we have a group of grumpier guys. They're a little older. I don't know if it's like a group of them. I'm not going to name any names. It's like a group of them that like never smile. They're always serious. And then you have the other group that's never serious, always joking. And then you have the group in between. But
you're the in between?
I'm the in between. Sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm not. But, the one thing I love about it is that, you look at, I'm with Joe Green, Mel Blount, who I think is the best corner to ever play in the National Football League. Then you get to see, I didn't see Danny there, but, John is there. You see none of the
Danny is in Marino, you're talking about?
Danny Marino.
Okay, yeah.
You don't see any of the 49er guys there. I think they think they're too good to come here.
Rice and Montana are not in that room, you're saying? Right?
No, they're not in that room. Yeah, Rice, Montana, Young, I don't know. They must be doing something in Cali. Paying taxes or something like that. I don't know.
How are you sounding grumpy yourself right now?
Yeah, right. Well,
so that's the grumpy part of you right there.
Well, I'm a little upset because you think about this. It's only 100 and something odd living Hall of Famers.
Right.
You seem like every year, if you're not working, you should be coming back here to pay homage to everything that's happened in your life to get you to where you're at today. So whatever the jobs they're in, whatever doors opened up for them, it opened up because they played this sport. So I'm a little disappointed that more guys don't come back. But the guys that do come back, it's a great time. It's great being in that room. It's great to hear some of the stories that's going to come up in the next couple minutes.
Sure.
And then the young guys who went in last year, I call them young, but but the young Hall of Famers that came in last year, they get to speak for the first time this year. So.
Okay, so that's how it works. Like how?
Yeah. So the young guys, like Tony, Ed Reed, don't say nothing. You got to be quiet. You got to listen. You're a baby. But then the guys that came in last year, they can finally speak this year because now they're a Hall of Famer.
Did you just call Gil Brandt a baby? Did that just happen?
It goes in reverse, Rich.
He's like the Benjamin Button of the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
He's reversing.
He's a baby here in Kent
for this one day.
For this one day.
For this one day.
Yeah, I've never seen a baby with a cane, but yes, today we are.
And you're getting some DBs in big time.
Yeah,
you got Champ,
3.
Ed, and Robinson are going in. I mean, there's a ton of picks being added right now. Just I'll just quickly before I let you go. I know you got to go across the way. Just give you the floor on these guys and what makes them Hall of Famers, Rob.
Well, I mean, anytime you find when you look at all Hall of Famers, especially for the DB side of it, they're ball hawks. I tell guys all the time when you play DB, the more you can touch that football, the more you're valuable to your football team. And every single one of them had a lot of picks. Every single one of them changed games in their time frame when they played. And they were that shutdown corner, so to speak, when they played. And when you find those type of guys, they become special, and they get this Go Jacket.
It's amazing. Go across the way. Enjoy, Rod. Thanks for popping out. Love you, man. You're the best.
Love you, man.
You got
Absolutely.
That's Rod Woodson, everybody. Pro Football Hall of Famer.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.